What's up, everybody? This is BakaBites. I'm Frankfurter. That is Magically Average. And today we are going over the summer 2025 anime shows. As always, we are on livechart.me. But before we get into the shows, a quick word from us. Long story short, we always I feel like, do promotional stuff at the end of like, oh, check us out on TikTok, do this, do that, whatever.
Yeah.
But some news that we do need to share with you at the top of the show is that me, this lad here, Magically Average, and his lovely wife, Val, or AKA Girls, Gays, and Animes, we will be at Anime Expo. We will be presenting a panel Thursday night at 10:30 p.m. in, I think it was room 511 ABC, something like that. I don't remember the room number, but we are doing a panel on anime tattoos. It's called Edo. Actually, I don't
Anime
remember the title.
Inc.
It's Edo,
Anime
Anime
Inc.
Inc.
from Edo
Edo
to
to
Otaku.
yeah. Thank you.
Welcome.
So we will be presenting that on Thursday evening. So if you are in the LA area for the convention and you are around Thursday evening, please swing by and give us, be part of the audience. And there will be some, audience participation, etc. near the end, questions, comments, concerns, all that jazz. So again, Anime Expo, Thursday, July 3rd, 10:30 p.m. See you there. And
Yeah.
with that, let's get on with the proverbial but literal shows. Livechart.me, we are starting at the bottom of the list as always, not like the full bottom because it's like the kids shows, but near
Yeah.
the bottom. And we're going to start off with a show called Let's Go Karaoke, or I'm not even going to try and pronounce it correctly, but karaoke, the English or
Karaoke.
the American way. There's a drama which is shocking now that I'm seeing this tag. A drama about karaoke. No, I'm like, usually these bottom shows, it really has to take something special for me to like give it an episode or three.
Yeah. It's yeah. There's nothing that screams that it's anything interesting, I'll say. I don't know.
Yeah.
Normally you see a title card like this and you're like, ooh, intrigue, mystery. There's a microphone, empty plate of what looks like sprinkles, juice. You're like, what's going on? And then it's just called Let's Go Karaoke. Tag drama.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very odd. The description talks about being in a choir group and then something happening, and then he gets bossed around by some guy, and
He's straight up in like as a Yakuza, and the boss is like, hey, we're doing a karaoke competition. Whoever is the loser gets a tattoo.
there you go. There it is.
But yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm fine.
So I'm not gonna view this. Also, as always, we are recording this on Monday, June 9th. I almost said 6-9 because of the lulls, but June 9th. More than likely in the next, I wouldn't say this week, probably next week. Uh, all of the channels like Crunchyroll, Netflix, etc. They'll be like, "Hey, this is coming here." We do know where some of the bigger shows are where they're gonna end up, but
Mm.
as for some of these smaller shows, still TBD. This one included. Next up, we have Necronomico and the Cosmic Horror Show. I like the title.
It
Zero interest in this show.
it sounds like do you remember the old? It's not old, but the Doctor Horrible sing along blog.
Oh, jeez, there's
With
some
Neil Patrick
flashbacks for
Harrison.
you. Yeah, during the writer's block or
Yeah,
writer's strike.
yeah, Nathan Fillion and the one
Hmm.
actress who I can never remember her name, but she's always wonderful. Yeah, for some reason the title of this anime made me think of Doctor Horrible sing along blog, but it's I don't know. It comes across as Overlord. It's follows a or a girl, Miko Kurono, who gets to live out her dream as a live streamer under the name Necronomico after graduating middle school. Okay, good for you. Make me feel like I've accomplished nothing in life. She's introduced to a new VR game. Upon encountering the game, the girl starts pursuing the irreplaceable now. I have a
Hmm.
feeling it's going to be Overlord-esque, where you just get like the world
But with
becomes the
like
video game, not Sword Art.
zombie slash vampire clown show, maybe
Yeah,
potentially. I don't know. This looks really odd.
this looks
Um,
strange.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't know. I don't need to watch this.
It feels
And
like
as always, we will be doing a full watch list, a 3 episode watch list, and a 1 episode watch list.
yeah. This one feels like also an anime that will likely not come over. I have a sneaking suspicion that's going to be on
Yeah.
that list of like, you didn't make the cut, kid. Try again next year. So I'm not gonna be looking out for it. We'll say, but if things start to go a rumble, I might check it out.
Yeah, that's fair. Moving on to the next one, Milky Subway, the Galactic Limited Express. Looks like it might just be. It's a full 3D show. It looks like, but arrested for reckless space driving superhuman, Chiharu and cyborg Makina are sentenced to clean the Milky Subway, an old interplanetary train. Easy enough, right? Wrong. When the train suddenly takes off, they are thrown into a high-speed space train spectacle packed with chaos, no plans, and zero strategy.
I don't.
Just pure momentum.
Why is it called Milky Subway? Ugh.
I don't know,
Like the
but
Milky Way, so it's
yeah, the
intergalactic.
Milky Subway.
Ugh, I
You
don't
answered
like.
your question. Look at you
I
go.
get it, but like,
You did it.
it's the Milky. I don't like how it's called Milky Subway. It just it makes yeah. It's either something very gross and not appropriate, or I think of like someone ordering like a Subway sandwich and then pouring like milk steak. They just pour milk all
Oh
over it.
god.
Ugh.
I'll
Ugh.
take your finest milk steak.
No, stop. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
good.
Charlie.
It's very odd that it has an air date for July 2025, but also there's no
Studio
studio, there's
DVD,
no there's no episode count or anything. Like it's just
an original.
yeah.
It could
It
just be like a one shot on it is a 1 episode, so it could just be like a YouTube short that comes out or something.
I mean, it says episode 1, July 2025. It might
Oh,
be a
you're right.
YouTube series because I feel like I've seen these character models like in short film stuff, either on like TikTok or Instagram or YouTube. So, yeah,
Fair enough.
I don't know. I'm thrown off by Milky Subway. It could be cool though. It could be one of those like sleeper ones. It also looks very CG, so I'll
Yeah,
have to
I have a feeling
navigate
this will
through that.
be, if anything, a kid's show, but only time will tell.
I hope not. I don't want a kid show to be called Milky Subway.
Ooh. Moving right along, we have Princession Orchestra, which is 4 cores back to back to back, which it began this past season. We talked
Yes,
about that
we did.
the spring 2025 episode. Also, real quick, sorry, side note, the actress you could not think of earlier for Dr. Horrible's sing along blog is Felicia Day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
She's wonderful.
Yeah, no, not watching Princession Orchestra this season. Won't be watching it next season. So we're gonna move on ahead to Captivated by You. This is done by Doga Kobo. It's based off a manga. Episode 1 doesn't come out for 72 days. So why it's sitting in the summer
Holy
spot and not like the winter?
well,
Not
fall, you
sure.
mean?
Or fall. Sorry. Yeah, no, skip a whole season there. Um, so yeah, I feel like this is one that we'll come back to, but even reading just part of the it's a school slice of life, but reading part of the description, I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I don't need to be watching this, especially when it's going to start at the very tail end of summer. I mean, if you want me to read it, I can read it, but
No, I read
regardless,
through
it
it.
just
It's very odd. It's like guy who comes across as very gloomy and dour, keeps up that facade, but apparently gets picked out by another classmate of his who has some supernatural powers.
yep.
I don't know. No, I'm okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on to the next one, which is honestly is part of a project that's already ongoing. So we're probably gonna skip it, but it's called Harmony of Millefeuille. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. I know millefeuille is a snack. It's like the little cracker with either cheese or chocolate in the middle
We
of it.
talked about this forever ago because I remember you talking to me about this stupid snack, and I'm like, "You're
Hey, they're
what?
not stupid. They're delicious. All right.
Shut up!
They're
It's this
flipping
deja vu
delicious.
all over again." No, we're not talking about this anymore. Move on.
But yes, we're not going to watch it, so we're just going to move on to the
Yay!
next show. Which yes, this is going to at least be on the 3 episode try. If not,
So
honestly, this will be on the full watch list for me because this past season I've been focused on just like the just slice of life, just dumb, stupid stories. So, the show we're referring to, if you're not watching the video version, is Turkey: Time to Strike, which is a bowling
which
anime.
which you
Cute.
wouldn't know from the title card because it's just 5 girls floating in the fucking clouds.
Yeah, they've fallen.
Yeah,
But
well, they could be floating. It looks like they're
that's
enjoying
true.
themselves. They're not panicking. But yeah, it's about bowling.
Yeah, no, it's just a bowling anime, and that's all I need to know about it. I'm not to it. I'm watching all of it.
Yeah, it's you don't get a lot of these fun sports ones too often, right? Where it's like an obscure sports one. Unlike
Yeah.
except in your case, you get your what you think is going to be a magical one in your water polo, and it ends up being just
I
Amnesia, the
knew you were
Amnesia
gonna bring it.
anime.
I knew you were gonna bring it up.
I'm always going to find the opportunity to bring it up.
God
This
damn
one,
you,
this
Remain.
one, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say it's on my 3 episode watch list. Just
That's actually what I put you down for. I knew it.
yeah, just in case, because I have a
Coward.
coward.
Coward. You
Thanks,
have a
Green
sneaking
Goblin.
suspicion that what?
It could run its course, right? I feel like we are in different spots from a season or two ago with Sororia Utility, where like I was like all in. It's gonna be a fun, casual, adorable slice of life golf anime, and it's gonna be perfect. And you were like, yeah, I'll give it like a 3 episode, and then you were like, oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
this is
This
wonderful.
is probably that situation.
Yeah, just reverse roles where like you're like 100% in, all in, put the chips in the middle of the table, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna hold back a little bit, reserve some of my feelings, give it 3 episodes. I'm sure I'm gonna fall in love with it though.
Yeah. And this is an original show done by Bakken Record, which let me click into here to see what else they've done.
No word yet
They were
on
the ones
where.
behind. Correct. No word yet on where it's going to air, but the only thing that I can see that they have done was "To Every You I've Loved Before," which is a movie that
Oh,
came
the
out 20 or in 2022. Yes,
was that the movie
they've done a
that's
few.
ever you have? That's the movie where there was 2 different versions, and depending on how you watched it, it was different.
No, I think that was a different series. If I remember
Why does that
correctly,
sound
I'll.
familiar though?
Oh no, it is.
It
You're right.
is, yeah.
Nope.
That's what. Why are you playing mind games with me, man? I started off saying I'm tired. I was like, I'm exhausted, and you're trying to gaslight me. Let me have my wins when I get them.
Yeah, and the other movie is To Me, The One
And
Who
who
Loved
loved
You,
you? Yep.
which is I think it was done by a different studio. Yeah, it was done by a
Doesn't
different studio,
It
which is
doesn't
really
surprise me.
interesting.
It doesn't surprise me because they
But
came out
yeah,
at the same
no,
time.
and they've done something that looks awful on Netflix, but we're not gonna talk
Don't worry
about
about
it.
it. It starts airing on July 8th, but we don't know where, excuse me, where it's gonna air.
Correct.
But knowing Crunchyroll and
So,
High Dive and all of them, I I know you guys have
I could
spies.
see this being a high dive show.
Yeah, I could too. I know you have spies, by the way. All right, that we always talk about you guys, Mister and Madam Crunchyroll, and the heir to the High Dive estate, whoever you are too. We know you
Not
listen.
even
No,
it's
there's
not
no
even just
true
a madam or
no.
mister, it's just
The
an
heir to the
heir.
High Dive.
It's
Yeah,
just one person.
we know you guys listen because every time we do these episodes, literally the day or two after we record this, right when we're releasing the episode, you put out your full schedules, and we're like, we know we're
I
on to
have a
you.
feeling
We're
it'll
on
be
to you.
next week.
Yeah.
It'll be next week if I had a guess, but yeah. We're gonna go on to the next one, a show called Ugly Mug Epic Fighter. It's an action adventure fantasy done by Studio White Fox, based off a manga. I like sure here's the description. His looks are minus 255. Touching girls causes him pain, and sexual acts will literally tear him apart. Just what can our ex-salesman Shigeru get in the other world in exchange for such inconveniences?
I've
This is an epic tale of one very ugly but ridiculously strong man.
I've seen this one. I think it's an isekai.
It sounds like an isekai.
They don't list it
I
as a
mean,
tag, but
in the other world, but yeah,
yeah,
no, it sounds like it's an isekai.
I'm fairly certain I saw like a sneak peek trailer or something for it. But yeah,
Hmm.
it's a condensed title version of one of the isekai where they go into another world and they're ridiculously strong and dominate everything. But instead of having your title be like 300 characters long, it's just ugly mug epic fighter.
And he's just an ugly bastard.
Yeah, he's just an ugly dude. It's like the whole running joke in Uncle from Another World that he's just an orc. I think they kept calling him an orc the whole time. It's just that, but now it's like it's true. It's just this terribly ugly. Also, I hate the fact
and he's
that
got a hair coming out of his mole.
I was just gonna mention that.
I scrolled to see if it was like something on my monitor. No, it's just a hair. That's fucking gross.
It's very disturbing in the title card where half of his face is covered in the shadows and the other half is like you see and you're like, oh gosh, you are ugly. And then the one like the sticks out the most, just grabs your attention immediately, is the little mole with that very noticeable curly ass hair. Fuck you. I don't even
That's
watch
gross.
it.
We're gonna move on.
Yeah,
I don't want to look at this anymore.
I'm done.
Onyo Kaiten Rebirth Verse. This is an action fantasy isekai done by David Production, which David is behind.
Get going on JoJo's. Pokemon, right? Don't work on any other shit. Do JoJo's. Know your place.
They're JoJo's. They're not Pokemon.
No, Pokemon's OLM.
Yeah, that's right. I am just dumb and I'm not remembering anything today, but this one is actually going to be on Crunchyroll.
Yes.
Naruhira Takeru is a delinquent who often thinks about Tsukimiya, the girl who appears in his dream. After an unexpected accident, Takeru finds himself in a parallel universe and the world that Tsukimiya lives in. When Takeru and Tsukimiya are slain by a monster, he awakens again and realizes he has leapt through time. Now Takeru must train with Abe Saime to fight for Tsukimiya's life. I'm fine. I'm good.
It sounds like it's
an original. It's an original done by David Production, and I'm just like, do I put this on the one episode because I'm a sucker for originals, even though they usually end in just fucking awfulness?
It's so funny that a lot of the premiere anime studios will do original series, and I feel like the top tier ones, it's like for every 10 originals they do, like 2 are good. But then you have a lot of like the smaller studios that do the originals and they bang every time. Like it's always the case. Like Mappa did a couple of originals and they were pretty ass.
Actually, here's the thing. Mappa I recently watched a show that was an original show that I'd never heard of back in 2017, and it was by Mappa. Watched the entire 24 episodes, and you know what? It was actually pretty darn good. It wasn't like the greatest thing in the world, but like story-wise, it was concise. The characters were likable. The comedy was decent when it was needed, and the action was very good.
Yeah,
but nobody's ever heard of it.
That's the 1 to 2 good originals.
It makes no sense. By the way, if you're wondering, the show is called Garo Vanishing Line. Yes, the characters are very tropey, but if you can get past that, very solid original show.
Yeah. The only thing I was going to mention about Onmyo Kaiten was that it sounds like the Welcome to Japan Miss Elf, but just action based as opposed to like travel. Well, tell me I'm wrong. Guy in his dreams has this elf girl that he adventures with all the time, and then wakes up one day and she's in his bed after something happens. Not to give spoilers. That's what the trailer has, at least. This one's the same. Guy thinks about a girl in his dreams, an accident happens, and he goes to their world, and it's like, oh wow, but then something about time travel. I don't know. I think I'm okay.
I'm gonna watch one episode just because it's an original. It's David Production. They do good things. I'll give it a shot. And if it's ass, I'm gonna drop it like it's hot. Moving on to our next show, we've got A Hotel in Humans, made by Studio Bridge, based off a manga. This is an action drama. The synopsis: the best hotels have specific qualities: fine dining, sublime comfort, captivating entertainment, and access to the latest weapons. Reliable fake IDs.
Oh my god!
Body disposal.
This is just John Wick. Thank you.
John Wick.
It's John Wick the anime,
or the hotel from John Wick. That's all this is.
I'd watch it. maybe.
I'm gonna give it an episode.
Yeah. July 6th is the air date. No word on where it will be airing, though. But yeah,
Correct, and
I'd
same
give it
with,
a watch.
oh, I did say Onmyo Kaiten will be on Crunchyroll, but yeah, no, I'm gonna give
Yeah.
this an episode.
Yeah, I'm down.
Moving on to the next one, Kamitsubaki City Under Construction. This is a mystery done by what in the Jesus Christ? That's a
What is happening in the
long
title?
the
I
title
can't.
card. I'm not sure, but the studio's
Holy shit.
Shogakukan Music and Digital Entertainment. It's a mixed media project.
Oh,
Um,
it's got to be
yeah,
so wait, it's got to mix media mix. So is it from like a video game or
it's probably
like
something that they
a
have like a video
muse?
game in Japan, like
Yeah.
yeah.
Only
7
the
years after
oh,
humanity was decimated by a major disaster, a beacon of
time
science
out. Hang on.
and
The only part you
okay.
need to care about. Only the witchling, 5 girls with voices that wield magic stand against them.
Yeah, there you
So it
go.
must be it's got
Probably
to
a
be a
video
video
game.
game with like maybe a they have like maybe a soundtrack that goes along with it and it's all baked into this anime.
Probably so.
Seems like it.
Yeah. This will be on Crunchyroll for those who wanna watch it, but I am out.
Yeah, I'm out too.
So we're just gonna move on to the next one, which I'm gonna throw this on at least the 1 episode. This might be a 3 for me, but this one is
Ooh.
called Fermat Kitchen, done by Dumerica. It's based off a manga, and it's a cooking anime. The synopsis is really short, so I'm just gonna read it. Giving up hope of becoming a mathematician, Gaku feels aimless until star chef Kai brings him on at his restaurant, giving him a new world to master. Yeah, no,
You
like
ever
I'm all about finding yourself shows type things like this, and especially if it's gonna be cooking, if the fucking food looks delicious, I'm fully
you
in.
ever just go to a restaurant by yourself and you're like, "Damn, I couldn't make it as an underwater basket weaver," and some random chef is like, "Well,
Do
I'm
I
gonna
have
take
a
you under my wing," and you're like, "I didn't ask," and they're like, "Too bad, get in the kitchen." That's such a weird synopsis to this. Just I'm
no
giving
kidding.
up hope of being a mathematician, but this random chef has now taken me under as their apprentice, and I'm going to master how to cook. Which, in fairness, I have heard from a number of different chefs, either through their books or interviews on TV or whatever, that they have said like cooking is to a degree mathematics. Like it's all about
It is,
like being precise and having like a correct
especially
calculation for
baking.
every. Yeah, well, yeah, especially baking. But like
But
I'm
no,
sure
I
they're gonna
agree.
do. I'm sure that's where the meld comes in, where you're like, what does math have to do with cooking? And I'm my guess is that's gonna be the real shtick. Maybe the beautiful mind equation bullshit's gonna happen to him as he's cooking, and he's gonna create these
Jesse,
wonderful
Jesse,
masterpieces.
it's time to cook. It's time to cook,
Not that
Jesse.
type of cooking. No.
Fair enough. I'm gonna give this at least 1 episode. I could bump this up to a 3 depending on how it goes.
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
Um.
You in for 1?
I, yeah.
In for a penny,
Yeah.
in for a pound?
Yeah, I'll give it one. The characters seem pretty lackadaisical and kind of
Yeah,
but
at least
I
the chef
it seems fun enough. I guess we'll try it. Speaking of fun enough, this next one definitely on the list.
Night of the Living Cat, action horror done by OLM, based off a manga. If you've not heard of this one, go in as blind as you can. I'm not going to read the description, but this is going to be a fun one.
It
I,
if you don't get it from
I'm,
the title, just go in blind.
yeah, I'm going to give this at least 3. I don't know if I'm fully in because again, horror anime never really
I
captivates me.
I'm gonna give it one. Honestly, I this one seems like whereas Zom 100 had a really good, fun, like through line in it that kind of kept you around, right? With his 100 bucket list things to do before he gets turned into a zombie. You
Yeah,
know, this one seems more one dimensional, we'll say, and I'm afraid that it's going to become very dry as things progress. So I'll give it the
yeah,
one, and I'll probably lean on you to let me know if I should keep watching.
that's fair. I've got it down. I'm keeping record for both of us as to what we're going to be watching.
Yeah,
So
but it'll be airing on Crunchyroll starting on June 6th.
That is correct. I forgot completely. You mean July 6th?
This is July 6th. That June 6th would be today. Don't listen to me. It's July 6th.
June 6th would have been last Friday, not today.
I'm tired, man.
Dude, I know, it's fine. We're gonna just move on, and we're gonna glance over all of that. See you tomorrow at the food court. This is a slice of life done by Atelier, Pont Doc. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but regardless,
Atelier Pondor.
To their classmates, Wada is a quiet, rich girl, while Yamamoto is an intimidating lone wolf. But what they don't know is that Wada is a mobile game addict in a passionate love-hate relationship with a 2D character, and has a penchant for urban legends with eyes only for her favorite YouTuber. And their biggest not so secret, these unlikely friends met at the food court every day after school to rant, rave, and learn what makes each other tick.
I saw a
Now,
trailer for this one and I really liked it, the premise. This one should have the tag cute girls doing cute things too.
yes, urban legends, cute girls doing cute things. um, I think for me, this is going to be a one episode. I don't know if this is going to be a "tis time for torture princess" type deal or not.
Well,
What's up?
good news for you. There's only 6 episodes.
Oh,
It's not
nice.
even
I
a full
didn't. Oh,
season.
yeah.
I think it's going to be shorts. I honestly think the episodes are going to be 13 minutes. And again, this one is going to be in the bucket of anime that might not make it over to a streaming site.
Correct.
So,
That is true.
which is
Because there
unfortunate
is
because
no streaming site yet.
this was one of the anime that I saw a trailer for a while ago, I remember. Like just something like just it was these two very polar opposite type looking characters based on their personalities and interests coming together at the food court, and then just like the description says, just jabbering on about their different interests and hobbies and figuring out what makes each other mad based on, if the one girl can't get the gotcha she needs, or if the one YouTuber does something stupid, or it
Yeah.
seemed fun enough. But I think it's actually even better as 6 episodes in a short form, because I don't think you could do a full season of this.
Yeah, drawing it out would be a little much.
Yeah.
But the next show, drawing out a little much, this is I'm already putting this on my full episode list. Ruri Rocks, and this has the tag "Cute girls do cute things." It's educational, also slice of life. This is done by Studio Bind, which, if you're not familiar with, Studio Bind is in charge of my dark horse for last year, let alone for the winter season, Flower and Azura, but they're also in charge of Jobless Reincarnation on top of various other. Well, actually, Jobless Reincarnation and then Oni Mai, I'm Now Your Sister. Those are literally the only 3 shows they've done.
Oh, well, look at that.
So there you go. But yeah, this is going to be on my full watch list. If you don't know anything about it, the short description is Tanigawa, a high school girl who loves sparkling things, goes into the mountains in search of crystals where she meets Nagi Arato, a graduate student majoring in mineralogy. Guided by Nagi, Ruri enters the world of mineral collecting. It's just basically just these girls going out, finding rocks, and hoping that some of them are rare
Yeah.
minerals, etc. It looks adorable. The animation looks phenomenal. I'm fully in on this. Again, Studio Bind has done one kind of dud of a show, and the rest have been gold,
Yeah.
in my opinion. So
Yeah. This one I've been seeing a bunch of trailers for.
yeah.
So,
This was one of those, like, 6 months ago that every freaking, like,
well, it was
anime tuber who doesn't really watch anything is just like, "This is a new show for the season to watch out for.
this
It's
was
beautiful."
this was announced at Aniplex Online Fest 2024.
Yes, it was.
So,
But yeah,
it's been out. It's been announced for a long time, at least, that it was going to be coming out. But yeah, it'll start July, not June, July 6th. No word on where though. But this will be on my 3 episode watch list, though. By the way.
okay, cool. Moving on to the next one, 9-9, Ruler's Crown, a mystery supernatural.
9999999. Okay.
Okay. Mystery Supernatural done by Studio PRA. It's based off a visual novel.
Nope.
Looking at
Vi-
it, I'm probably not gonna do it. I'm not gonna watch it. Just
Visual novels ones always, I shouldn't say always. I don't want to sound
no, because
objective.
I was gonna say, fucking the best sci-fi show of all time, or one of them. Why I can't think of the fucking title off the top of my brain. God damn it! No, why have I done this to myself? Steins Gate
Oh,
is
there you
based
go.
off a visual novel, and so is Higurashi When They Cry. So
Yeah. That's why I
don't
said I
besmirch visual
wasn't going to
novel.
be objective, but I will say that historically speaking, visual novels tend to flop.
Yeah.
There's a few, again, there's a couple of diamonds in the rough, but most of the time they're not the greatest ported over. It's the same way with video game stuff. There's only like even a handful of those, like mobile game related ones. Like I mean, the only one that comes to mind that I really enjoyed was Talk Top. I know you didn't enjoy it as much, but I love Talk Top Destiny. Thought that one
It
was
was fine.
I thought that one was pretty good.
I'm pretty
But
sure that was a mixed media project, not a visual novel.
no, it was a mobile game. That's what I said. 'Twas a
Yeah,
mobile
that's
game.
different from a visual novel.
What I'm saying is visual novels and video games and mobile games, most of the
I
time, they
see.
do not do well.
They occasionally do, but yes, I
That's why I
agree.
said most of the
You're right.
time. I'm
Speaking of me
tired.
driving you crazy, the next show detectives these days are crazy.
This one, the first
I
thing I
feel like
thought
I've
of,
seen clips of this and I'm just like, this is I'm fine. Oh wait, no, it's a continuation. It's still going. It started earlier. It's or no, it didn't.
no, it
I'm
didn't. What are
dumb.
you talking
I
about?
read episode I read it. I read the countdown, the 21, as that was episode 21 coming out in 13 hours.
We can't do this anymore.
You and
We
I,
gotta stop.
we are like
We
passing a
gotta stop.
brain cell back and
This,
forth.
yeah, we're like orange cats. This reminds me of Uncle from Another World, just based on like the title card alone and the chaotic nature of it. I think no, OLM did Uncle from Another World. Look it up. Did Linden Films do it? Because Linden Films is the one doing detectives these days are crazy. But if you want to know more about it, behold, the great detective who thrills the world solving impossible cases in no time. His name, Ketchiro Nagumo. But all of that was over a decade ago. Oh. Oh, then he's confronted by a high school girl who shows up wanting to be assistant, witness the miracles a gender gap detective duo can make. Ew. I don't like. Okay, that's fine. What's up? What are you laughing at?
Oh, you were so wrong about the studio for Uncle from Another World that it's actually hilarious because we just talked about it. Like, who the fuck are these people? It's Atelier Pondark.
Oh, is Atelier Pondark the one that did
They
Uncle?
did
That's
Uncle
funny.
from Another
I
World. Yeah,
just
no, that's why I'm
the
laughing. I'm
crazy
like, what the
girl,
fuck?
the crazy girl with the psychotic like turbo granny looking art behind her. Uh, it just reminded me of Uncle from Another World, like the
Ah, that's
stylistic
fair.
art choices and stuff. I again, this was one where I think I've seen a trailer for it already, and it did not appeal to me. I don't know. It didn't really speak.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it one episode. See if
You and
it's
your
just brain
goddamn
rot.
detective mystery ones.
No, this is a comedy more than anything. I'm gonna give it like an episode to see if it's just actual brain rot or if it's legitimately good.
Oh no.
So
Speaking of
brain rot.
brain rot,
The next show, Nukitashi the animation, which the only thing that we have in the tags is etchy.
it's
It's done
also
by Studio Passion.
no,
Passion.
it's not studio. It's just passionné.
Passion. Passion.
It's a
Uh,
visual novel.
yeah, Siren
Oh
Island, a
no.
tropical Eden where people are free to act on their desires under uniquely libertarian law. But even here in paradise, there are those who work in the shadows to bring it down. United, these misfits stand side by side as the society or secret society NLNS. As their founder and head honcho, I, Juno
Just
Nosoke,
stop
yeah,
reading. Just stop reading.
Tachibana won't stand.
It doesn't the whole
It
thing
just
doesn't
keeps
say
going. Holy
anything.
fucking shit. Yeah,
Locate the
this really
mystery
doesn't.
girl. That's all. That's the objective. Somehow there's the only tag is etchy, but in the the description's a mile long with the basically the only important part to say is that they're trying to find this mystery girl for this crusty old rich dude that gives them a buttload of cash. I and all while keeping this show off our scent, which I think is the police force. I don't know. I
Nope, I'm watching the trailer, there's a literal TV show with, like, some sort of bird duck mascot thing.
What is happening? No,
I I don't know, but yeah, this is just gonna be etchy as hell. Dude's wearing glasses that
wait a
look
minute.
like bottle caps or
We
something.
need to censor the. I need to censor this. I think there's an inappropriate thing in the title card. If you look in the
Is there?
top right, I think so. I'm gonna you look at it and
Oh,
determine.
oh,
I think we need to move it along.
oh no.
Oh no! Notice that too late. Anyway,
Oh,
etchy.
no, 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 no,
Yeah.
the thing goes over, like, over and then comes back down
I
and
don't
covers
think
things.
so. I don't know.
Moving on. Moving on, this is gonna be this next show, City the Animation. This is
Full
a
watch.
complete full watch. Yeah,
Yep.
no, if you know nothing about this, it's another version of freaking wow, I just blanked
Nichicho.
on the show. Yeah, Nichijou. It's the same creator. This is gonna be a full watch for sure,
Yep.
100%. If you don't know what Nichijou is, please, by all means, for the love of God, if you take any sort of advice I give you and
Go
you
watch
are an
it.
enjoyer of skit comedy or comedy in general, go watch it.
Yeah, that's a good classic.
Yes, moving on to Haigakura, which this is actually airing this season. Currently, it's on episode 8. This is just the second core,
Oh, that's not even
or
on my
it's just
list.
13 episodes. Never mind. I don't know why it's here. This
You.
began fall 2024, and it's only on episode 8. What the hell happened?
They must have had major delays. Anyway, the actual next one is called Bad Girl.
Bad Girl. No synopsis. Based off of 4-panel manga done by Studio Bridge. It is a comedy and school. Um, Based off the title card alone, we'll give it an episode.
Uh-oh. I've unplugged my headphones, but I'm going to keep talking because I know I can keep talking while I do
Or
this.
I can just
Bear
talk
with
for
me.
you. But
This looks
I
like
can talk for you if you would like,
no, I
because
was
I can
talking.
hear
No, I'm
everything.
back in. It seems like the whole skit of it is none of them are actually bad, but there's one perceived bad one that tries to teach them how to be bad, and then hijinks ensue.
This just looks like the meme that came out like years ago. It's just like, oh
Smile,
yeah,
sweet.
I'm
Oh,
a bad boy, and it's just like they're just literally bad at everything.
yeah.
That's what this seems like.
Oh yeah. I'm a bit. Yeah. It.
I'm a
It's kind of in
bad
line
girl,
with
and they're
what
just
I. Yeah.
literally
What.
bad at
Yeah.
things.
Could be. Could be a play on words, but yeah. I don't. It's. I'll see what happens when it comes out if there's a trailer too. How about that? Because right now I'm
I
kind
am.
of eh.
There are trailers. We could watch it later. But, yeah, I'm gonna give this a 1 episode just purely based on art style, etcetera, so, yeah. Moving on, Pokemon Horizons, the series.
Why are
This is
you?
just a continue yeah. What?
You need to no. We're only doing new stuff. How many times have we done this? Why are you doing continuing series? The
I
next
have it
one.
on I have it on what do you have it on? Show from the last 2 seasons, probably, yeah?
Their last season. Yeah, no, but you're
Last
wrong. What you're
season.
doing is
I
wrong.
don't know why it was
Stop
it's
being wrong.
to
Anyway,
be fair,
with
that was the first time we've had, like, we were unaligned, which is very shocking, so,
we've always been
uh
unaligned with one another, sir. Do not fool the audience.
Okay, moving on with you and the rain, a comedy slice of life, but
That is
looking
not
at
that title does
this
not
does
come
not look
across
like
as
a comedy.
it also yeah, the name and the title card do not come off as comedy slice of life.
Yeah,
I
this is done by Studio L'Esprit. It looks like all they've done in the
L'Esprit.
past are like kids shows, like minus. It's
Basically,
all kids shows and then a boys love.
yeah, it's okay.
Okay, anyway,
Girl comes across a dog with a little sign that says please take me home, and she's
can't
enamored
resist.
by it, and it's quirky charm and mysterious ways. Life together becomes a heartwarming adventure of friendship and shared seasons. It's gonna air on Crunchyroll starting in July. How is it a comedy slice of life? Why wouldn't it just be like a slice of life, cute girl doing cute thing? Whatever. I'm getting mad.
I don't
It's
know.
fine.
I'm not gonna be watching this. I don't know about
No,
you,
I'm okay. I'm
but
good.
for those of you who are interested, it is on Crunchyroll. Um, Next up, Toilet Bound Hanako, season 2, part 2. I have yet to start season 2.
The
It's on
final
my to watch
the final
list.
part, the toilet gets clogged, the sequel. We're
Sure,
entering
but
into Attack on Titan style naming, and I'm getting sick of it. Just call
it's
it
just
something
core.
else.
It's core 2 of season 2. That's all it is. But yeah, no, I haven't watched part 1 or core 1, so I will eventually catch up and watch it. So on to the next one, Dekken no Mugura, Mogura, yeah, the Earthbound Mole. What? My brain had an aneurysm reading that.
The
This is done
Earthbound.
by Brian's Base, which they
Nope.
do some
Nope. Try
damn good
again.
things.
Nope. Try again. Well, who's it
Brain's
by?
Base.
Thank you.
Oh boy,
Thank
reading
you.
is difficult. They do
uh,
they do some good things over at Brain's Base,
it
but
doesn't. But
comedy, mystery, supernatural based off manga. I won't die because I
I'm
was banned from the afterlife.
I'm gonna get
We
a
got
I'm
another.
gonna get a shirt, a custom shirt made, and I'm gonna wear it every time we do these streams and these recordings. And it's just gonna say, it's gonna be long winded. I'm gonna have to like hold it up like this to the camera every time. But it's gonna say, just because the studio is good doesn't mean the anime is good.
This is the type of show that'll get an English dub for no fucking reason, and I'll watch it that way.
Yeah, most likely.
Because I've legitimately started like 3 shows in the past week that have English dubs this season, and I'm like, all right, this is fine. Yeah, no, I'm good. I don't need to watch this, so we'll just move on to the next one. April Showers brings May flowers. Wow, comedy romance school done by Silverlink. Uh,
Mm.
you know what? I feel like this is one that we do need to read the synopsis, but fuck, is it long? Hana Tabata has accepted her role as an unattractive side character in other people's stories. Though her name is Japanese for flower, she sure doesn't feel like one. That doesn't mean she can't enjoy some heart pounding romance manga, and maybe occasionally, ever so often, imagine herself as the heroine. But when the most popular guy in class stumbles upon a daydreaming Hana, she braces herself for the embarrassment and humiliation to come. Unexpectedly, he keeps her secret, and he also won't stop striking up conversations with her.
I thought you were gonna say
Ever the
stripping, and I was
pessimist,
like, don't, no.
Nope. Ever the pessimist, Hana can't help feeling suspicious. But could it be that his friendly demeanor is genuine? Question mark. You know what? We're gonna
No.
give it an episode. We're gonna give it an episode.
Okay.
You're gonna give it an episode too.
What? Why?
Because if we're watching it together. That'll be one we'll watch together.
Why? Out of all the, we're not even halfway through this list, and you've already decided we're gonna watch April Showers Bring May Flowers together.
It's a saying you say at least once a year. You're gonna fucking watch it and you're gonna like it.
All right. Well, if we're cosplaying, I'm the guy and you're Hana.
Haha,
So
yes, I'm the fat bastard. Anyways, this next one, Solo Camping for Two. This is another one that's been getting a lot of like YouTube, TikTok, anime press. I feel like this one for sure is going to be on my 3 watch list. I don't know if you are watching it at all. If
no, I am.
you're giving it three,
Yeah,
three.
it's on my 3. Yeah, it's this one seems like the epitome of watching a YouTube series on camping. Like it, like I go in with no expectation of there actually being a story because I don't think there is going to be a story. I just want to see them camp. I just want to see wonderful animated shots of the outdoors and wilderness and them just doing camp life, camping stuff. It's basically laid back camp, but the adult version, right?
Laid back camp for one, and then a second kind of just joins in along. They're like, "Hey, I
The
need
second
help."
one butts in, yeah. Well, I mean that's kind of
Yeah,
what laid back camp is to a degree, but
yeah,
yeah,
to a degree.
it seems this one seems just a very enjoyable. I will say it's in my 3 watch list. It may end there because I feel like this is going to be one that I'll need to be in a mood for where I want to just sit down and relax. Like it's a rainy day, right? It's an inside day. Nothing, just kind of want to turn off the brain and snuggle up on the couch. This is the perfect one for that. So I
That's
definitely
fair.
have to be in like the right mindset to watch it, which is no mindset.
Just turn it all off,
Yeah,
buddy.
just shut it all down.
This one will be on Crunchyroll, so if you're looking forward to it,
Yay!
it'll be there. Moving on,
Have fun.
Hitozuma no Kuchibiru wa Kanchuhai no Aiji ga shite.
Good job.
It was fucking awful pronunciation, but we got through it.
Yeah.
Adult cast ecchi romance suspense done by Studio Raisoe, right? Oh god, fuck you. No synopsis, 8 episodes based off a digital manga. It's just, hey, fucking horny adults. Great. Love it.
Yeah, it looks like
I'm
it's
good.
either energy. I'm trying to Kuchibiru. Well, Kuchibiru, I assume is like beer, something beer.
Yeah,
Wakanchuhai no aji ga shite. I don't know the ending part. It's got to be something with like drinking with like a younger guy sort of thing.
maybe. Well, it's an adult yeah, who knows?
That's what I
But,
mean. Like it's like an older businesswoman drinking with a younger guy, and that's why it's like adult cast, ecchi, romance, suspense. That just seems like an odd one to
yeah,
throw in there.
suspense is a very odd one to
Suspense.
throw in
Is
there,
he
but,
or is he not going to get hard? Who knows? Find out next week on Dragon Ball Z.
find out next week on erectile dysfunction.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Sponsored
Okay.
by Hims.
For
Yeah.
discreet packaging.
Stop it. Don't say it in that voice. This one I have a
I'm
sneaking suspicion
putting this on your one episode list.
if it even comes over on a streaming service. It's an 8 episode.
That's fair,
It's
'cause
listed
it's
as
8
8
episodes.
episodes. It's
Yep.
from a digital manga. A lot of it gives probably going to air in limited fashion in Japan, meaning no streaming site will pick it up here. You'd have to go to the high seas to likely watch it. So I
That's
would
fair.
give it an episode, but I doubt
put
that
it on.
yeah, put me down. Put me down 1 episode, parentheses, ED question mark, close parentheses.
By the way, this studio, this is their first project. So
Oh, good for
fun
them.
fact.
Good for them.
Indeed. Okay, we are, yeah, as you said, we are halfway through. We need to blast through some of these. So, with vengeance, sincerely, your broken Saintus. Fantasy romance. No, I'm good.
Looks like Dracula
These type of yeah,
meets
Snow White
Amelia
type.
from ReZero.
Yeah, this is not my thing.
It is a villainess one. What would happen to Lou as she begins her new life as a villainess? It is a villainess. It doesn't have the tag for it. Villainess ones are
Okay.
not my shtick, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
pass.
I've tried, and it just there's only one, and that's dad's been reincarnated.
Yes,
That's the only one.
the best one
Um,
still.
so yeah, neither of us are gonna watch it, so we're gonna move on. Cultural exchange with a game center girl. Which why does this title sound very familiar?
I I think it aired trailers for it a while ago. Question mark.
Maybe done by Studio Nomad, comedies, romantic subtext, and slice of life.
It's giving a more innocent version of Girl in the Arcade.
A little bit. The story follows Renji, a young man who works part time at a game center arcade. One day, Renji encounters an English girl named Lillian. The two of them trade diaries and begin an unlikely friendship of cultural exchange. Yeah, I'll give it an episode.
I like it. I love game centers, arcades, claw machines, all that stuff. I love. So if it's a whole anime based around that with a wonderful cast of characters and a bunch of hijinks to get up to, I'm down. That's a 3 episode for me.
That's fair. Yeah, okay. I'm
boy.
doing 1, you'll do 3.
Oh boy.
Cool.
This next one.
Next one, Hell Teacher Jigoku Sensei Nube.
Oh.
Action, comedy, horror, mythology, school, supernatural.
Did you skip one?
Oh, Arknight. No, I just don't have that on my list.
Arknight's
Arknight
Rise from Ember. I'm
Yeah,
good.
no, I watched the first episode of this first season and it was awful.
Yeah. It's
Why
from a game.
That's yeah, for some reason Arknights is next for me, so
That's fine. Hell
yeah,
Teacher.
whatever. Hell
Jigoku
Teacher
Sensei Nube.
Jigo yeah, action, comedy, horror, mythology, school and supernatural done by Studio Kai. Holy fucking shit.
Why is it so? It looks like a
I'm out.
darker version of Assassination Classroom.
No, I was gonna say this looks like fucking old school Digimon meets new school. Just
That also
shit.
the one kid like clinging on to someone or something looks like the younger brother from fucking Ghost Stories.
Yeah, I was about to say it looks like yeah.
Hell's Messenger of
I'm out.
Justice
I'm
is here
good.
to take on the school's even 7 mysteries. What? Oh, so it's like hell. It's a hell landscape, but they're taking on the 7 mysteries of the school. It's like Toilet Bound meets Assassination Classroom meets really
Ghost.
shitty Digimon meets Ghost Stories meets Ghost in the
Yeah.
Shell.
No, I'm
There's too
out.
many meets.
There's too much in there. Unless
Yeah.
we hear something about it,
I
I'm out.
doubt. I doubt it
Yeah.
will.
So we're gonna move on.
All
Yeah, for
right.
some reason our lists are a little bit different. Like the second two are switched for me,
Oh
so we'll just
God.
continue. The Shy Hero and the Assassin Princess. It's an action comedy fantasy done by Studio Connect, based off a manga.
There's no way
Toto.
this thing doesn't have etchy in it, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean you can see cheeks, but it is what it
You see
is.
cheeks. Yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah, Toto Skills is a hero,
It's
a
a
real
zero.
deal. But due to his extreme shyness, he's unable to form a party and remains stuck in the beginner town.
Just
Then
just
suddenly,
skip
three
down to the
beautiful
last
women.
paragraph. I'll skip down. We got to roll. This is a harem death rom-com about an extremely shy hero who passes out in the mere presence of women. There's your
Yeah, I'll give
shtick,
it an
folks.
episode.
Well, you fucking. I had faith in you, and that's
Oh,
gone.
since when? Since when?
Never. But I wanted to give the
uh,
impression that I did.
I assume you're giving this an
Oh, I
episode
didn't even
too.
realize. No, I didn't even realize our dude's like standing there. Oh, I think
Yeah,
I've
he's
seen.
standing,
I've
he's
seen a
facing
trailer.
away.
I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
he just screams and then passes out when women try to interact with him. I'm no.
same studio that did many sides of voice actor radio, by the way.
Which was
Funny enough.
it was fine. That one was good.
Also, Ayakashi Triangle, Strike the Blood Final. They've done a good bit.
Ayakashi's Triangle. No,
Yeah.
no.
So, anywho,
Speaking of
this will be the
no,
one.
this next one,
Betrothed to My Sister's Ex. Jesus.
I'm good.
Comedy fantasy romance done by Land Q Studios, based off a
Ew,
light novel.
ew. There's a
What?
character in this anime called Earl. I ain't watching an anime with a character named Earl.
Why? Because it reminds you of the fucking My Name Is Earl
Yeah,
TV show
yeah.
from back when we were kids.
I'm just gonna hope he's a redneck. Spoiler alert: he's probably not.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm fine too. I'm good. And surely it's already
It's a
airing. I'm not.
continuation.
Yeah. So moving on, we have Clavates.
I would be lying if I told you I didn't read that as cleavageness. What is clavatus?
Clavatas. Ah. It sounds like that Spanish song.
No,
But anyways, action fantasy done by Le Douce,
la
Deuce,
duce.
Le Douce.
No,
Based off
not
of
that.
Le Douce. I mean, it is spelt correctly.
It-
We call a spade a spade. One of the Lord's dark. Wait, hold on. Sorry, let me reread that. One of the Lords of Dark Beasts,
correct.
Clovetus. I know, I read that completely wrong. Rain shatters when he revives a hero he personally slayed and adopts an orphan humanoid baby. Fucking what?
Oh,
The
that's
last hope. The last hope to save a dying world. Now bound together, what fate awaits this unlikely
wait a
trio?
minute. Hang on. So this dude of one of the Lords of Dark Beasts slayed a hero, revives them, adopts an orphan, all to save a dying world. Why would he kill the hero to begin with?
Duh, to save a dying world.
Okay,
The hero was
moving
a
on.
bad guy.
Moving on. Moving
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch
on.
it either. New panty and stocking with garter belt. If you,
Yay.
I've not watched the original. I've not. I'll be completely honest. Have not watched the original.
The bitches are back, baby.
The bitches are back, baby.
I had the luxury when I was at MomoCon, two of the artists from Trigger were there who had worked a lot on Delicious in Dungeon and are actively working on Panty and Stocking too. And they were very excited
Yeah,
about it. So
I do like the car. Like the hood of the car has like
I
the wings on it with like because it reminds me of the Final Fantasy like
oh shut up.
albums that they have. Anyways, I know that was gonna
I
trigger
don't
you.
care. No one cares.
Um,
I
have
I
you
like
watched the original?
I've watched bits and pieces. I don't think I've watched it all the way through though. But I
Okay.
just I like the style. I don't know why it gives like very like old school YouTube Newgrounds type feel. It's nothing flashy, but it's just fun. It's just like raunchy. It's full of just them swearing up a storm. I like it. It's absolutely
I'm gonna
ridiculous.
yeah,
Yes.
I'm gonna try and watch season 1 before this, but God knows I'll actually get through it. We'll see.
Speedrun.
But, yeah, if I can get through it, I will be watching this. So we're going to move on to the next one. Welcome to the Outcasts Restaurant, a fantasy show done by OLM Team Yoshioka. So I guess just a specific team. Backstabbed by those he considers friends, Dennis has
Yeah.
been exiled from one of the strongest guilds around, the Silver Wings Battalion. He doesn't think much of it, though, as he was dying to use his level 99 cooking skills anyways. That's why he decides to leave the city behind and open up a diner in the countryside.
Yeah.
This is like, if it isn't an isekai, this is the plot to most fantasy shows out there that are coming out now.
Yeah. Just
I
the
mean
the
that with all the
alternate
dis
the alternate reality of someone that's not actually in the adventuring guild. Just like, what if they're the shopkeeper? What if they're the town clown? Like,
Yeah.
this one seems
No,
fine enough, but
it
I
this is
would
the
give
type of
it.
show that'll get another English dub, and I'll watch it then.
This one's giving. I hate to say it. This one's giving killing slimes for 300 years, but just with the twist of, oh, also I cook.
Sure.
It like where nothing
Take your
happens.
word for
It's
it.
just fluff. Nothing happens.
I'll take your word for it.
What in the
Alright.
shit is happening here?
Yeah, Mikadono Sanshimai wa Angai Choro
You
Shoroi.
could hear his brain start.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
brain cell transferred to you mid fucking sentence. Comedy
Wait a
romance
minute.
done by PA Works.
I have seen this one.
Ah.
It's
Tell
so
us all,
it's
seer of seeing
I
ones.
think it's so yeah,
What be?
there's these three the title card is so fucking crazy. Nothing you don't know what's happening. There's these
Nope.
three prodigy sisters that all are popular for different things. One is a great actor,
Ah.
one is a great martial artist, and one's a great shogi player, but they all develop feelings for this one boy and then hijinks ensue. I I don't know.
So this is just
It's yeah,
quintessential quintuplets.
quintessential quintuplets, more comedy and probably even more etchiness.
I'll give it an episode.
I knew you would. The moment you heard quintessential quintuplets, you're like, yeah.
To be fair, I've only watched season
To be
1 of it, and it was a
fair,
very long time ago.
I'll probably give it an episode too. I don't know. This seems like every other classic love square. I guess this would be
Sure.
pick any sort of geometric shape you want, folks. But I'll give it a try. Why not?
Speaking of giving it a try, I still
Nope.
don't know what these things are, but Watari-kun's
Butthole.
asterisk okay, butthole is about to collapse. Comedy, drama, romantic subtext, and school, done by Staple Entertainment. I'm sure the dude's butthole can use a couple staples.
Probably.
Um, Synopsis real quick. Naoto Watari lives solely for his little sister, Shizushiro, until his chaotic childhood friend Satsuki storms back into his life. Without uttering a single word, her very presence ignites buried memories and unravels his rigid routine. As tensions rise and secrets surface, Naoto's devotion to Shizushiro
Suzushiro.
clashes with unresolved pain, threatening to collapse his fragile world.
That synopsis tells you nothing.
Yeah, I
That's
honestly thought that
I'm
this
more
was like kind of
confused.
like a like from the cover art, it almost looks like it should be like a thriller horror type deal because like
Yeah.
this person is standing there with like a plow just menacingly.
Yeah, like I'm about to plow you. Get it? And then smack over the top of the head, instant death.
Just just out of pure curiosity, I am gonna watch an episode just because I have no fucking clue, and I
I
want to know why this dude's butthole is about to collapse.
I think
Um,
so. I don't know. This could be
that,
me. This could be me going putting on my tinfoil hat and going real, uh, uh, extra layer ridiculousness when it comes to reading into this stuff. But I feel like Live Chart's been fucking up their tags more and more. It seems like they've been not accurate into what it actually is. This is giving mystery thriller, not romantic subtext like drama. I think drama is too light. 'Cause
Spoiler alert, the teaser trailer gives absolutely fucking nothing.
okay, again, I don't mind. It's fine. The synopsis didn't give anything. The title is very misleading and confusing. The trailer doesn't actually show anything. That's fine. Cool. But it definitely doesn't give the sense of a comedy, drama, romantic subtext school anime. It gives drama, mystery, suspense, thriller question mark. I keep seeing stuff about this one, and I'm like, to your point, what is the asterisk? Is his butthole actually going to collapse? What is going
I
on?
need to know. I
Yeah,
need to know if the booty hole's gonna
it's one of those.
collapse.
It's one of the few anime where I read it, and I'm like, I actually just want to watch this just to know what the hell is going to happen. Like, what
Yeah.
is this about? So yeah,
I am
put
gonna
me
give it
down.
an episode just to see
I'm giving
you
it
and I.
3. You think they're
Ooh,
gonna let
wow,
that
me
kid's
too.
butthole collapse in one episode? Ain't no way.
You know what? I'll put it on the 3 for both of
There
us.
you go.
So while I do that real quick,
The next
this is
one doesn't
something that
need. Yeah.
I've supremely been excited for this, despite the fact that it is a movie. God knows when it's actually gonna come, if it does to the United States, but this is called Virgin Punk. Done by Studio Shaft. It's an original movie, and it will lead into, I believe, a trio of movies, if not a couple movies or a series. I do know that this is like the first, like the beginning of a new series of sorts.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
watching
that's
the trailers, this looks absolutely phenomenal. Whenever it comes out, I will definitely be watching this.
yep.
So, we're gonna move straight on ahead
I
to
can't wait for this one.
"There's no freaking way I'll love you, or I'll be your lover unless."
There you go. Yeah. It's there's no freaking way I'll be your lover unless.
Unless?
It's like the Game
Um,
Grumps shtick where it's like,
yeah,
no, I won't kiss you unless.
unless.
I'm
Comedy
all
Girls
for
Love
it.
School, done by Studio Mother. Yeah, this is something I think I don't know if I'm gonna give 3 episodes, the full one. I'm gonna give it 3 for
I'm
now.
gonna give it 3. Yeah, it's unfortunately nothing that's I've come across though in all of the different like because this is definitely up my
Trailers.
alley for just ridiculous comedy school
Yeah.
type ones, but it's a light novel, so I haven't ever come across it. But yeah, this will be for sure on my list.
Nice. Speaking of things on my list, Reborn as a Vending Machine, I Now Wander the Dungeon, Season 2, baby,
Yeah,
let's
more vending
go!
machine.
Fuck yeah! No, this is, again, in all honesty, I watched season 1, awful. Just a if you were looking at it and trying to review it from, like, a critical thinking point of view,
Critical thinking.
awful. Yeah, exactly, it's awful, it's not good. However, from the dumb shit, like, I just wanna turn my brain off, have fun watching the pretty colors and this dude turn into different vending machines to solve just fucking weird ass problems, 100 and, like, in an underdeveloped world, 100%
100%. Yeah,
here for it.
yeah.
I'm here for
It's
all of
the
season 2
it's the
for sure,
acknowledgement that
baby.
this anime is like a 6 on a good day, but you just love it because of how dumb it is.
It's definitely a 5 on a good
There you
day.
go. Sure enough. That
But yeah,
works.
no, this is some bullshit I can get on, and we're gonna get right back onto it. So yeah. Moving on to the next one, Private Tutor to the Duke's Daughter, fantasy magic done
No.
by Studio Blanc, based off a light novel. This looks way too like no, this is just not my thing.
Yeah. These types are never my thing. So,
Yeah.
I'm all good.
Speaking of things that are my thing, the
Yes.
summer Hikaru died,
Yep. It's going to be on
done by
Netflix.
Sai Games Pictures, based off a digital manga. Yes, it will be on Netflix. Very much so looking forward to this. If you have no idea what this is about, great. Go into this blind, watch it. This is gonna be one of like this is gonna be one for the
The girls.
just everybody. This is gonna be one for the girls, but that the homies can appreciate. That the homies will just be like, yeah, I'm here for you. Like this is that like I'll kiss the homies good
Yeah.
night
The
type
kiss the
feels.
homies goodnight deal. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna watch all of this shit.
We're
Like,
s-
it's a horror mystery supernatural. If you don't know anything about it, that's all we're gonna give you. Please go watch it.
yeah. We're so
And again,
tired.
that
Like what we're saying doesn't make any sense anymore. But
it
yes.
it doesn't. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It'll
the title, "The Summer Hikaru Died." Please go watch
it'll
it.
be starting on
Comes out
Netflix July 5th.
July 5th. Correctamundo.
Correct.
Golly, Jesus Christ! You and I are on the same fucking
I
brain
know
cell.
we're sharing it. We're. It's. I've got it every other weekend, and you get it on Wednesdays.
And it's Monday. Fuck.
Yeah. All right. Next one.
That's a new
New
saga.
saga.
If you go for it, yeah.
I no. I there's not. It's done by Sotsu and Studio Clutch. It's a light novel. There's 5,000 characters on this title card. It's an adventure fantasy time travel. Nothing speaks to it. There's the main character's name is Kyle.
Hell yeah, Kyle.
Fuck no.
I better see fucking a
It's gonna be
knockoff of
sponsored by
Monster
Mountain
Energy
Dew.
drink in here.
Yeah, sponsored
There
by
better
Mountain
be-
Dew. And he's gonna skateboard everywhere.
There needs to be a knockoff of Mountain Dew or Monster
His
Energy
name
drink
is
in here, or
Kyle.
it is fucking
This
dumb.
is the dumbest sentence I'm ever gonna read about an anime. To stop the human world from being destroyed again, along with his
time
friends.
travel. It's a time travel.
So let me start over. To stop the human world from being destroyed again, along with his friends, Kyle uses his memory from his previous life to once again save the world. This fucker did it once before, and he's still named Kyle.
And the world died again?
Yeah, first off, very much insult to all the Kyles out there, okay? You have brought this stereotype upon yourselves, okay? I'm not watching an anime about a Kyle. I'm good.
Named New Saga?
Also,
this is
how bad of an anime is it that the world has to get saved again?
Yeah, pretty bad. This is
And
the
it's
type
not
of
a
bullshit
comedy.
that if it gets an English dub, I'm watching this like during work.
This is like
fucking...
during your work. You're gonna laugh every time you hear Kyle too. You're gonna be like, "Did they change his name from the Japanese to English?" And then you're gonna be like, "No, that's his name. His name is Kyle. His name was always Kyle." I want to watch just the one episode just to hear the Japanese voice actors going, "Oh, sugoi, Kyle."
Kyle-san.
Kyle, yeah. Yeah. That's no.
I'm putting you down for an episode then.
No. Fine. That's fine.
This looks awful. Okay, we're gonna move on because we're getting there. We're almost there, people.
Almost there.
Togen Anaki, I almost said Anaki.
Anaki, that's
Anki.
brother. Anki.
Yeah, I know. Anki, action fantasy mythology done by Studio Hibari. It's based off a manga. You inherit the blood of an Oni. The bloodlines of Oni and Mamataro. Mamataro. Oh, it's another tale of Mamataro.
Yeah, it's their fight
being
against the
passed
Oni
down.
agency.
Yeah.
It's two feuding.
Unless if I hear about it, then yeah, but I'm not.
It's giving mythological Yakuza battle type. It doesn't speak to me.
Mythological Tokyo Revengers is what I would say from the title card.
That works too.
Yeah. I'm not gonna watch it.
No,
I don't know about you. Cool. Moving on. I'm gonna give this next one a full watch. I've been reading it as much as I can, or whenever the manga comes out. But Secrets of a Silent Witch. This is a fantasy school show. I absolutely adore this manga. It's a light novel, I know, but there's 2-3 volumes of the manga out. I don't know. It's somewhere on my bookshelf, and I don't know where I put it. This has been a good one. It's a nice fantasy series. Basically, one of the legendary witches of the world who is looks young or is young or both. Basically, is tasked with going to a school to investigate something like a conspiracy. And yeah, it's great.
Okay.
I really enjoy it. This is definitely on my full watch list. I know this is going to be one of those like 365 days to the wedding type shows. It probably won't do great, but I'm still going to enjoy the ever living hell out of it.
Yeah. I like the title card. I like how that shows her with her weapon in the shadow. I like that. It's very cool.
It's a good title card that they got.
Yeah.
But moving on to the next one, The Water Magician, Adventure Fantasy Isekai Reincarnation. No, I'm good. No, I don't need them.
It's by Typhoon Graphics and Wonderland. I haven't heard of them either.
I haven't either. But I don't want to read all of that. But regardless, from the title card and the title alone, unless if I hear something about this show, this is going to be a no for me.
I'm not going to lie. It reads like Frieren, except this dude just controls water. Because he has the hidden trait of eternal youth. So 20 years pass in the blink of an eye. Thus begins the adventure of the strong water magician the world has ever seen, who also likes to do things at his own pace. It's just Frieren the water magician. It's a knockoff of Frieren, but worse, like way worse.
Yeah, no, I'm good. We're good. We're gonna
Yeah,
move
I'm
on.
fine.
Scooped up by an S rank adventure,
I
adventure fantasy done by Felix Film. This is again another one. Title card alone. Give me an English dub. I'll watch it during work. It fucking
apologies,
looks awful.
apologies, everyone. Trigger warning for what I'm about to say next. First line of the synopsis: "Quote: We don't need a useless white mage." End quote.
So
Whoa,
everybody's a glass
whoa.
cannon. Very strong, but they don't fucking need it.
They don't need a
Um,
white mage specifically. I mean, like, damn. Okay.
yeah, no. Again, this is one of those shows that give me a fucking English dub and I'll watch it. It doesn't interest me.
It's like that one. What's that? Like old country bumpkin one from this season that someone
I'm
got you
watching
into.
that.
I
I'm
know
watching
you
that
are.
week to week because it
But
has
we looked at it and we were like, no, we're good. And then someone in our Discord was like, you should watch it. It's actually not
Amazon
that bad.
Prime. It's like, hey, you want to watch it in
Oh,
8
that's
different
right. It was on
languages
Amazon.
simulcast? And it's like, sure, give it to me.
God damn it.
Which is really freaking weird. But yeah, no, I'm good. Next one, it's airing now, so we can kind of skip it. But Summer Pockets, it's
I think
something
I
I just
I think I watched the first episode and I actually felt like I wanted to
okay
watch
about it.
more of it. Yeah, like there was something there, but it wasn't anything to like get me to keep watching like week to week when it airs. But I'm like, I
That's
need to go back to it because it did give a very unsettling first episode, we'll say.
cool. Yeah,
So
no, I haven't been watching it, so I probably won't watch it.
fair enough.
Moving on, this show will definitely be on the full watch list, Gachiakuta, which I think literally translate to trash or piece of shit or something of the sort, like that, like
Yeah,
human trash or something
crawl
like that.
back
But
from the abyss of hell to change this lousy world. That's what the
yeah,
first part
I
of the
have like the
synopsis
first
reads.
5 volumes. It's still on my to read list. I know that everybody loves this series who's read it, so it's just one of those things. Like, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna give it the full watch. I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to it.
yeah. This one seems It's
I
gonna
assume. Are you
be.
on the full,
Oh
full
yeah,
or three?
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Yep.
Cool. This one will be on Crunchyroll. Also, Summer Pockets is also on Crunchyroll. And then, if scooped up by an S rank adventure sounds good to you, Crunchyroll as well.
Yep.
Next up, To Be or sorry,
Yeah, it's still
yeah,
airing.
To
It's
Be
just
Hero X. It's still airing. So if you've been
24
watching it,
episodes.
they'll be continuing.
Yep.
Following that, we've got Rent a Girlfriend season 4. This show is still around.
Yeah, and people still like it, and people still watch it, and it's fine. We're just
Yeah,
gonna we're just gonna move on. It's season 4.
it's on Crunchyroll.
If you don't know about Rent a Girlfriend yet, I don't know.
You
Just
got 3 seasons to catch up on.
yeah. We don't want to send you to a death sentence, but sure, go watch it. Ugh.
Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll. Go for it. Have fun. Next up, this is a show that's coming back, and I told my buddy Toe, I have not watched season 1. And he's like, "How dare you? How dare you not watch this show?" And it's Grand Blue Dreaming season 2. Now, this is a show that I've heard a lot of. I
Mhm.
tried finding it after he said, "How dare you?" Nowhere to be found.
Yep.
You can't watch it.
Yep.
To my remembrance, I don't know if things have changed in the last 3 weeks. Grand Blue
Well, we don't
Dreaming.
have we don't know when it's gonna air. Oh, sorry, no, we do know when it's gonna air. It's gonna be July 7th. We don't know where it's gonna air outside of Japan. So
Correct.
hopefully, whoever picks it up does the decency of putting up season 1 too.
Correct, because season 1 is still non-watchable legally, so
Cool.
it is what it is.
Cool.
But yeah, if season 1 comes available, sure, I'll give it a watch. Next, we have Apocalypse Bringer. Oh, fuck me. Mino Gran?
Minogra. Minogra.
Myogra? I don't know. Fuck me. World Conquest starts with Civilization of Ruin, done by Maho Film, adventure, fantasy, isekai reincarnation.
The
I am
first
reincarnated as the evil god of my favorite civilization.
that's all you need to know.
No. Why?
Explore,
We don't.
expand, exploit, exterminate. A tactical fantasy world is waiting for the heroes like you. Join the Eternal Nations. This seems like fuck, what is it called? Future Diaries meets some level of like
Overlord?
Overlord type where like it looks like a bunch of different people take turns or are put in positions of power with the intent to try to like take over other areas of the world.
Yeah, I don't
Almost
know,
as
but
like because it says I reincarnated as the evil god of my favorite civilization. Or maybe it's just a situation where they get put into a power position of absolute power and then they get to dominate the world. I don't know. Moral of the story is it doesn't speak to me. So
no, and
I'm
even this
okay.
it's not even one that if it got an English dub, I'd watch it. But still no news as to where it will air, so more to come on that later. Next we have Doctor Stone Science Future Core 2. I really need to catch up on Doctor Stone. I'm sorry, Stead.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, this is one of those shows that I'm behind on. I think I'm on season 3 and I just really need to catch up and I haven't. So,
I never got into Doctor Stone.
I
Never
really
really.
enjoyed what I've watched of it.
I'm
I
not
have
saying
to be in a mood. I have to be in a mood to watch it, but
certainly not saying it's bad or I wouldn't like it, but I never picked it up.
that's fair. Next we have Couple of Cuckoos season 2. I have not watched season 1. It's been highly recommended to me. I
It's
do need
one
to
that
watch
we
it.
it's one that we made fun of when it first. I remember I remember the title card. I can picture it in
Yeah.
my brain, and I remember reading the synopsis with you, and we were both like, "This seems really weird. This seems really like even for a harem type, this one just seemed too weird." And I'm like, "No, I think I'm good." But then yeah, I've heard great things about it. It's the same thing with uh Married but Not Lovers, I think, was another one that
Yeah.
people speak really highly about, but it's also that weird like kind of etchy but still very very wholesome. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So this one I don't I don't think it's going to
I
force me
need
to
to
go
go
back
back.
and watch season 1. I don't know. I don't think I would even do that. I've heard
It
good
won't
things though.
it won't happen immediately, but it is on my short list to watch for
So like
season
go
1.
back and
So I
watch. Okay.
Yeah, so I will by the end of season like next season going into fall, I will have watched probably both seasons.
Okay.
Because this will get another English dub.
Yeah.
I will watch the English dub for season 1, and then I'll probably catch up on season 2 English, and then once I hit the, Japanese voice acting, I'll watch the rest.
Yeah.
So, we'll get there, but not right now. Next up, this is a full watch for both of us, Call of the Night season 2. Hell
Yeah.
fucking yeah, baby. We're back.
I just wanted
We're
to
back in arguably the best arc of the series.
Yes. Yeah, I was gonna say if you watch season 1 and you're like, nothing happened, don't worry, everything's about to happen. Well,
Yeah,
at least it's
no.
gonna start rolling more. So
So
my
I've
only
read the entirety of the series. This is probably one of my favorite arcs of the entire series. I'm so fucking excited.
yeah, me too. My only fear because of where we're gonna enter into the story and what how it's gonna progress is that we're going to lose that lo-fi type vibe of night because it's going to be a lot more of the drama piece to it.
I don't
I wanted to
think
keep its
so.
like core identity, which granted
Which watching the trailer, it does seem like it does keep the core identity, which is great.
for the portions they show, okay,
Yeah.
but we both know how it progresses, and I can't fault it for leaning more into the heavy drama suspense portions because that's what's that's what's actually carries the story, right? But like the true nature of the season 1 was just all centered around capturing like this beauty of night and
It was
like
vibes the show, for
yeah.
sure.
So I have like I'm like we're gonna lose out on a little bit of that. I hope they keep it along for as much as they can while also obviously delivering on this incredible arc they're gonna get into. So
Yeah,
I'm
no,
asking a
100%.
lot. I'm being very greedy. Excuse me. This will be on High
Yeah.
Dive, by the
Well,
way, everyone.
yes, it will, and I'm very excited about that.
Samesies.
Next up, we've got Witch Watch. I've been watching it. I'm a few episodes behind. I think I'm on episode 6 or 7, so
My wife
still a little
wants
bit of
to.
catching up to do.
My wife wants to watch it, so we're gonna start watching it together now in English.
It's great. You know who voices the girl, don't you?
No. I mean, I started watching it in Japanese,
Oh,
so
that's fair.
I'm going
So
back to know how to watch it.
if you have not watched the English dub, for those of you watching, listening, etc., the main girl is voiced by Lily Pichu. So, fun
Yes,
fact there.
that's right. I just the moment you started talking about it, I was like, "Oh, yeah, I do know." Oops.
Yeah. Moving on, Sakamoto Days Core 2. This will be on Netflix. I watched season 1. This was vastly disappointing.
What the fuck is wrong with my dude just to the right of center? He's got weird old bug eyes.
He's always got weird old bug eyes.
Does
What are you talking
he?
about?
The guy
Yeah.
that's like in the red portion of it. He's just like,
Oh, yeah. No, 100%. He's
okay.
always had bug eyes.
That's just
Is if
very
anything,
odd.
it's his mouth that's off. But
Yeah, everything's off about it. It's whatever. No, this
if you've
was
watched season 1 and you enjoyed it, core 2 of it is coming back in July. I'm very, very excited. I not excited, sorry. This core 1 was a disappointment. I have hopes for core 2 that it'll be better.
I
Not
couldn't.
high hopes, but I have hopes.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it enough to stick around. It was,
Disappointing.
yeah, it wasn't. It was
Yeah.
if I wanted to watch a boring ass action, I would just go watch one of the garbage ones that you do in English, like
I thought you were
unfortunately.
gonna take a dig at solo leveling, but that's fair.
No. Because solo leveling is actually solo leveling. I went in being like, this is bad action and not entertaining. I'm not gonna watch it. But that's what happened to Sakamoto Days. I'm like, this is all built around it being action heavy. Like you want,
Yeah.
like it's fun having the comedic pieces to it. It's like if Mashal had really boring fight scenes,
Yeah.
right?
No,
Then
that's fair.
then you're just there for the comedy, and it's like that's not enough to bring you around, like to string you along. So yeah, no, it was
Agreed.
very very disappointing and underwhelming.
Our next one, before we get into sequels galore plus one, I think, regular or new show, we've got Rascal Does Not Dream of Santa Claus, which I guess I should have said this is also a sequel. I will be watching the ever living fuck out of this series or this show. This is my jam. I still need to find one or two of the movies. I do own one of them. I think I need
Okay.
to buy the other two or watch them somewhere,
Is
but
that? Are you thinking
I
of?
will be.
It's the movies like Rascal Does Not Dream of Knapsack Girl and Rascal Does
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah, yeah,
I can't
there's like
remember the other one.
3 of those movies, I believe, but I own one of them, I just need to find the others, but yeah, I'll be watching the ever living hell out of the show. This is a great series. If you've not watched the series, please go watch it. It's on Crunchyroll. I assume that this series will be on Crunchyroll, but no landing page yet for where it's gonna be.
Hmm.
And with that, we get into the sequels galore minus one show. I was reincarnated as the seventh prince so I can take my time perfecting my magical ability season two. Now, I watched season one as like just a random English dub. This is one of those overpowered shows that I actually enjoy. Like,
I
no shit was pretty darn good.
Yeah, I have heard good things about it. I'll say it's just it's not
Yeah.
enough to still bring me in. Right?
Again,
It's
I will be watching this when it gets the English dub.
there. You go.
I won't be watching it subbed. I will be watching it dubbed.
Yeah.
Same with this next one, Rising of the Shield Hero season 4.
God.
Whenever it gets a dub, I'll watch it. But yeah, season 1 was good. Season 2, fucking atrocious. Season 3, bad but better than season 2, but still bad. So let's see what the hell season 4's got for us.
There's no way you're doing
Um
it because you enjoy it. You're just doing it to finish it, right?
essentially, yeah, it's
Yeah.
like me. There are a few series on Shonen Jump that I'm reading just to hate read because I'm like, I'm waiting for this to end. Like, I'm waiting for this to end, but it probably won't because the ratings for it are better than it should be, which I don't understand why the Shinobi I'm talking about you, Shinobi, fucking whatever. That's what Hero, the, Rising of the Shield Hero is to me. It's just a hate watch at
That's
this
fair.
point.
Well, if you want to hate watch it yourselves, that's on Crunchyroll as well as the Reincarnate as the Seventh Prince will also be on
Yes.
Crunchyroll.
And then this next show, which will be a full watch for both you and I,
Yep.
Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. If you have not read anything about it, if you have not watched the brand new trailer that came out this past week, for the love of God, if you love slice of life and romance, go into this as blind as you can because Jesus Christ is it great. It's
If if you
so good.
How about this? If you agreed with the anime award for best romance being Blue Box, you'll have your socks blown off at this one
Yes.
because it's a true
This is
romance.
bajillion times better.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this for sure is probably my most anticipated show of the season by all
Uh,
means. Like, no, even with everything else in the top 3 here coming
oh,
up,
I'm
this is
saying
my most anticipated.
that was a me thinking about mine and being like, because I'm kind
That's
of
fair.
waffling between this one and two others, but that's me
That's
though.
fair. Yeah, no, again, it's fragrant flowered, blooms with dignity. It's gonna be on Netflix, so go watch it. Next up, which will probably be everywhere because it was everywhere for season 1, Dan to Dan season 2. Now, I will be watching all of it, you will be watching all of it. I watched the first 3 episodes in theaters, so unfortunately, I'll have to wait till, like, the end of July to get any new substance.
This is
Um
I have no remorse for you.
Oh, no,
Good,
I'm not complaining by any sort of the
good.
means. It's great. It's great. Like, if you enjoyed season 1, season 2 is back
You
with
know what?
fucking it's great.
I'm gonna make sure that you don't get to watch episodes 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna ruin them for you. I'm gonna make sure that your wife has plans every single day for 3 weeks straight, so you don't even get to sit back down and rewatch them. You turd.
Unfortunate for you, I'm gonna be on a plane ride home so I can watch see the first
No,
episode on the plane
no.
because it comes out July 3rd. More than likely, it'll be fucking everywhere like season
Yeah,
1
it's
was,
gonna be
but
everywhere.
mainly Crunchyroll if you want it.
I get to watch it
Um,
in theater. I already saw it.
it was good. It's great.
Listen, I'm venting because the state I live in, there was no theater in like a 250-mile radius that was airing it.
That's
So
unfortunate. I'm very sorry. Yeah.
it's fine. I'm just salty.
We got 2 shows left. They're both sequels. Kaiju number 8, season 2. I watched the first season. It was good, not great, but it was good. I will be watching season 2. Unfortunately, season 2 is probably gonna be not so great, but it's fine. It is what it is. It's gonna be a lot of training.
Can I?
Um,
So
yeah.
most of the time when we talk about like manga ending in a couple of chapters, it's always like, oh man, but writing was on the wall. I hate to see it go. Sometimes it is the like, oh, killed off way too soon, right? When I found out that Kaiju number 8 was ending in a couple chapters, I was like, thank fucking God. Like this started off so good and it was just it
It pittered
dragged
in the
its
middle, and
feet.
then the ending has been
It
great.
dragged its feet. Yeah, which is good, which is great. I'm happy, right? We get all of the lead up, but my God, did
Yeah. We're
it took its sweet
we're
ass time.
entering we're entering the middle chapters, and they're not good.
No.
Like,
Like
objectively, it's not great. It's a
it
lot of training art.
it it
It's
it
yeah.
does this weird Dragon Ball Z old Bleach. It's like the old school shonen where like we wanna
Hey,
really
just
hit
because he's
home.
old, man.
We wanna really hit home how much time and effort it takes to truly power up. We're not gonna cut any corners. You're gonna read 38 chapters of this dude just getting his ass kicked until he finally does one slight different move that makes him show a glimmer of hope, and then they're like, he's got what it takes. Throw him
He's
in.
going the
Yeah.
distance. He's going for
If that's what
speed.
you think the lead singer of Cake sounds like, I
It's not.
desperately need you to go back and listen to Cake. But
I do
I
love some
this is
cake.
which it's this is one of the few ones where I'm like, I would actually much rather just keep reading it and not watch the anime because season 1 was just such a bummer. I did not enjoy it. I don't
Yeah.
know why.
No, I
It
I I completely understand, completely agree, honestly. Like, season 1 was good. I think it hit its stride in the last 3 to 4 episodes,
but
but it's just like episode 1, then it was just kinda like, "Okay," and
yeah.
then it hit its stride
Yeah.
because it finally brought in the kaiju music, it did everything right, you were like, "We are firing
We're
on all
there.
cylinders
Yeah.
now, baby," but, like, those middling episodes to get to that was just like, "This is good, but not great.
Yeah.
This is Solo Leveling season 1 good, but not
It's the
great."
epitome of like a just a mediocre season of an anime where like
Yeah.
the episode 1 hooks you in. You got to stick around through episodes 2 through 8 or 2 through 9. But then like the
Yeah.
last handful are you're like, "Oh shit. some things are happening again. Hooray! And you're like, yeah. It's
Like,
like that
yeah, you get
recency,
your
the recency bias thing of like, man, that was a good season. And then you look back and you're like, wait a minute, no, it wasn't. I fell asleep for like 2.5 months, basically. Nothing happened.
yeah. But, I'll be watching all of it because I'm a
I
sadist
like
like that. I don't know about
we
you.
talk about all of that, and then afterwards you're like, anyway, yeah, I'll be watching it.
Are you gonna be watching it or no?
No, I'm just gonna finish reading it.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I yeah, I support your decision on that because the reading
Thank
is
you.
very good.
I support you supporting my decision.
Last, but certainly not least, My
Absolutely
Dress
not
Up Darling
least.
season 2.
Yay.
Holy fucking shit. Now, we talk about series where, there's series where you're like, "Oh man, it shoulda ended earlier," or, it really hit its stride here or there. This series hits its stride from the beginning until the end, and arguably could have continued in between.
Mhm.
I have read the entirety of the rest of the series. I'm very much so looking forward to season 2. It's great. I can't wait.
Mhm.
Um, and from what
It's
I've seen in the trailers, like, fuck yeah. Hell
yeah.
yeah.
It's it it's kind of the, I don't want to say the golden child for like slice of life, but it's these are one of the hard ones to ever
Replicate?
find. Yeah, yeah, that's probably the more accurate way of describing it. Because it's a slice of life through and through, but it's got such a strong story, and episode to episode it just keeps you moving along at a very good pace, right? Where it's like there's no real
Yeah.
lull. Like I go back and watch season 1 and it's still from episode 1 to episode 12. It's solid. Like every single episode is fantastic. There's no point at which I'm like, oh, I'll skip this one, nothing really happened. Like every episode, there's progression, there's story, there's characters, there's highs and lows of like what's happening
It's
between the character dynamics. Like it's wonderful, and you don't find that often in a slice of life, especially one that is kind of in a niche pocket of being centered around cosplay, right?
yeah.
The otaku culture, as Life Chart tags it, which is cosplaying. Um, but yeah, and then the wonderful piece of it too is that you forget almost entirely at times, like, oh yeah, there's like this romantic, well,
Aspect to
one
it.
one one dimensional, we'll say, for the first season, one dimensional aspect of a romance piece, apart from maybe one scene. But yeah,
Yeah.
like it's so good.
Yeah,
And
it's charm out the wazoo is how I
oh
would
yeah,
describe it.
yeah. People make fun of it. I know people are like, "Oh yeah, like but nothing special about
I
slice of life. You could just make a bajillion of those, yada yada yada. Oh, look at that
"Oh,
solo
these people
leveling."
are coping. There's never a girl out there like that.
Yeah,
No."
blah blah. Well,
It's like,
yeah, that speaks more to people being lonely incel men. But like
that's true.
it's this is one where I would show someone who only watches action and say, "Hey, guess what? Humor me. Watch this slice of life. Just give it a
Yeah.
try." Because I guarantee you, it'll be entertaining to you from one aspect or another. Whether it's if you're just so simple brain and you only like animation, Cloverworks does a spectacular job. If you
Yep.
really care about character development and character personalities, excellent. You've got a slew of cast members that epitomize that to the nth degree. If you want a fantastic story, which would be shocking for someone who likes action only, then I'm gonna shock your brains. This one probably has better story than any of the action anime that you watch. Right?
Well, yeah.
It has the makings of kind of like one of those staple type of anime. Whenever people are like, "Hey, I want," like, if you were to pick one slice of life that you could definitively say this is the kind of golden child for how you should make a slice of life, mine would be My Dress Up Darling. You have interesting story with a fun little niche twist to it in the dolls, Hana dolls, can't remember the
Yeah.
name of it.
Peanut dolls.
Yeah,
Peanut dolls.
plus cosplay. You've got a fantastic uh lineup of characters that make it very interesting each and every episode. And then if you read the manga, you know there's plenty more that we can get to later on, especially those in season 2. And you have what every other person wants in a slice of life anime, which is a good, well thought out romance that doesn't just skip to the very end of the romance, nor does it just drag you along with the maybe he will, maybe he won't, maybe she won't, maybe she will. Like, it gives you at least some level of like, things are
Competency.
progressing.
Yeah.
So no, I'm very much excited. This is my, if you couldn't tell, this is my highly anticipated one because I've just been itching to get another season of My Dress Up Darling. I still think of the last scene with the phone call, and I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah. No, I agree. This is definitely in my top 2 shows of this season that I'm very excited for, let alone top everything because again, I think The Fragrant Flower blooms with dignity just because it's a new series and I've been just fucking absolutely enjoying the manga, I think a little bit more than I have My Dress Up Darling.
Mhm.
Um, I think I'm a little bit more excited for that, just new IP, all that hype and
Yeah,
whatnot,
yeah, yeah.
but at the same time yeah, everything you've said about My Dress Up Darling, I would verbatim say is probably my thoughts as well. It's a
Yeah.
great series, charm out the wazoo, and if that's what you're looking for, you've
I mean,
got it. And
yeah. I hope
hopefully
I like
yeah,
it because it's tattooed on my
yeah,
body forever.
yes. And, hopefully we've been charming enough for you. Thank you for joining us this evening, or whenever you're listening to this podcast. We greatly
Morning, night,
appreciate
on the
your
toilet, on the
in
bus,
the car.
on the
Yes, we
toilet, on the
greatly
bus.
Ooh, that's a new one. We greatly appreciate all the support. If you've got this far, if you want to give us a follow, that would greatly help all of our channels. We would appreciate it. Again, at the top of the show, we announced we will be at Anime Expo performing a panel. So please come join us. That'll be at 10:30 p.m. Thursday, July 3rd. So if you could put off watching some of these shows just for an evening, we would greatly appreciate it.
And
If
if
you
you're
want
at
to
Anime
get
Expo, you might get, you're probably going to get a sneak preview of a lot of these that are airing. So,
Correctamundo.
yeah.
But also, if you want more of us, we are on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, etc., etc. We are trying to post daily. We are trying to get better about that. I have something teed up for tomorrow. So great. I know, surprising, right? So please join us there if you want daily content. But until next time, everybody, Spark Triumph. We'll see you then.